In this lesson, we're going to look at the language of algebra. I have a table here, and on the left-hand side, I have three expressions. We're asked to find the constant term, the coefficient of the x term, and the coefficient of the y term for each of these expressions. Now, in this first expression here, we actually have three terms. This whole thing here, the 3x, is a term. We have the positive 5y term, and then this positive 9 term. So three terms here. Now the constant is this term here, so just the number 9. Now it is positive. We don't need to write that positive or the plus sign. It's just 9. The coefficient of the x term, well, this is the x term here, and the coefficient is the number in front of this pronumeral here, so it's 3. And then we've got the coefficient of the y term. Here's the y term. Coefficient is the number in front of this pronumeral, and therefore the coefficient is 5. On to the second expression. Again, we have three terms here. The constant term, that's just the number on its own. It's 7. And again, we don't need to write the positive. The coefficient of the x term. Here we have the x term. The coefficient, the number in front of this pronumeral x. Therefore, the coefficient is 2. On to the coefficient of the y term. Well, this is the y term here. The coefficient is the number in front of this pronumeral, but notice this is negative. So the sign goes with the coefficient, and therefore the coefficient is negative 3. On to the constant term of this third expression. Again, we have three terms. The constant term is this term here. And notice again, this one's negative. So negative 3. The coefficient of the x term, here we have the x term, and the coefficient this time is negative 5. And the coefficient of the y term, this one is negative 8. So most common mistakes on these types of questions is forgetting to look at the sign in front of the coefficient or the constant. And when it's negative, you need to include that sign. When it's positive, you just need to write the number.